guys, Matt from the Big River. We got an order of fish to unbox this week, and we also got an extra special guest today. We have Yvonne, all the way from Kodiak, Alaska, one of our farthest reaching YouTube subscribers. I don't know, somebody can message in and see how far away you subscribe from. Yvonne's actually Beri's mother, here to visit.
Hi,
and took the opportunity to stop in and do a video with us. So excited to get started. We're going to play Name That Fish. It's going to be fun, I swear. All right, first thing out of the box is...
Shrimp.
It's not a fish. It is vampire shrimp. Big fat ones too.
Yay for me.
Yeah, see, I threw you a curveball right off the bat.
Well, that works.
I told you
like
to name
those.
the fish. All right, next is...
Look like a mini shark face thing. Catfish.
I like that. Mini shark face thing. Catfish is a new name for Autocinculus. We love it. Absolutely fantastic for your planet tank. They love to eat the brown algae off your plants. Oh, ain't he though?
Yeah.
I'll show the camera too. I was going to show them to you.
I have no clue.
That's a discus. This is a pigeon snake skin discus of the yellow variety. Got a group of those in, so we've been waiting on those. Whoa. Don't drop the fish. All right, you might know those. Give you a hint. They got fins, gills, scales.
It's a fish?
It's a fish. You're right. This is a swordtail. These are calico swordtails. There's a batch of those guys. Next up are, you know those. Give you a hint. Starts with a G.
Guppies?
Absolutely. We have guppies. These are dragon head guppies if you're looking at varieties. Very good. Okay, those aren't fish.
Frogs!
Frogs, indeed.
Yay.
These are dwarf aquarium frogs. Bogeries, African dwarf frogs. Fantastic. Next is... What's this right there?
Red wag platos?
Platies! Yes,
Platies.
red wag platies. I give me the cheat there so you can actually read the bag like I do. That is actually... I do read the bag sometimes, but usually not, honestly. I'll pull them up just like this and tell you that we have Siamese algae eaters. These are little tiny ones, so that was actually hard to tell because they don't really show the black line they normally do. Siamese algae eaters are good for taking your hair algae. See, I didn't know I was going to put you to work, did you?
That's okay.
Next up, we have...
Oh, they're small.
Not a
Don't
fish.
know. Oh, not a fish?
Not a fish. It's a shrimp. These are a mono shrimp. More hair algae control. Siamese algae eaters and a mono shrimp are your absolute best critters for eating hair algae out of your planet tank. Up next are some gouramis. We got sunset dwarf gouramis. Nice and bright yellow to start with. They get even oranger as they get bigger. Beautiful little fish. Now we have some green fish to go with our sunset fish. These are green tiger barbs. Zach, I bet you read the tag.
Okay.
Now you're all going to be watching whether or not I got the tag facing you or facing me. Not all the bags have tags though. These are tiger barbs, just your regular old tiger barbs. Usually I face the tag this way so you can see through the bag. Because on the video you can only see the tag. I'm always working, trying to make it so you can actually see the fish. These are neon tetras. Got a big batch of those guys. Always get a bunch of those because they're on the tetra special. If you buy 4 more, you get 25% off. Here's a whole nother bag of them, neon tetras. It isn't uncommon for me to grab up my cardinals and the neons and go, which one's which? When they're blanched out, it's kind of hard to tell. Super cool little catfish. These are Synodontis petricoli, which are called the dwarf lucipennis. Get about 3 inches. And the one that didn't make the trip, these are one of my favorite little fishes for just about any conditions. They will live with African cichlids. They will go in a shrimp tank. So they are really a fantastic, versatile fish. Cherry shrimp, gotta have more of those. Just about sold out on those again this week because that's what we do. Sell out of neons, cherry shrimp, cardinals, rummy nose, mono shrimp, just about every week. All right, next out of the box we have another discus. This is a white tiger turquoise. Looks pretty dark on the white part. We'll see if he lightens up in the bag. Either way, very cool looking fish. Very nice pattern. Next is another one just like it. Another white tiger turquoise. Might just be a tiger turquoise. I'd be curious. Anyway, beautiful fish either way. Corys. Got a lot of corys on this order. This is a horseman's cory. See how he's got little blue eyeshadow on? kind of hard to see in the bag, but
That's cool.
the horseman corys have a little blue eyeshadow and blue nether size. Very pretty cory. It's kind of expensive, but very cool. Cardinal tetras, I told you they were coming. These, of course, are on the tetra special. Buy 4 more, get 25% off. Been toying with changing up our YouTube special. I don't know, maybe it'll happen. Stay tuned. More corys. Is there a tag? There is. These, oh man, those are cool. These are flagtail panda corys. Come through about on the second and never. Anytime I see them, I grab them because I think they are just the coolest little cory. Look like a panda cory with flagtails. So let's name flagtail panda cory. Let's see. These are Neolampologus catopunctatus redfin. A mouthful to say, orange finned shell dweller. One of the cool little shellies. Next is those rummies I talked about earlier. Rummy nose tetras, of course, on the tetra special. Buy 4 more, get 25% off. Big cost. Got to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that part. Oscars. Got a few Oscars on this week's order. These are tiger Oscars. Nice size on them. A little customer intervention, which we need to sell fish so we can buy fish. These are violet corys or smudge spot corys. I love these little guys.
They are.
They come in this size. They'll get about 2 inches, but they get the little spots up front and the little black tail. Such a cool little cory. One of my favorites. Simulus. Corydoris simulus. Next up is watermelon tetras. Actually, I have a few over there, but I was able to get a pretty good price on these. So these are some of those wild Brazilian corys. Watermelons, when they're in the tank, and not my tank because we have too much stuff going on here, but when they get home, they brighten up. You get this bright red fish. Here is another discus. This is yellow pigeon snakeskin discus, like the one we had before, only a little one. I think we have one more too. It's pretty flat in the bag. Are you okay, little dude? And we're back again. Apparently we had an emergency to take care of. It looks like he's going to be just fine. Next, out of the box, we have some chain loaches. Dwarf chain loaches are fantastic snail patrol. One of the best snail patrol loach in my opinion. Don't get particularly big, are very social. Like to have them in a big group. Next is a biker. This is a reticulated biker, a little smaller than I've gotten in the past, but very pretty fish. These guys can be a real emerald green on top. The scales on the top of the head can be very pretty. Last bag of this box is some panda corys. Looks like some didn't make the trip, but overall, a nice group of regular panda corys. Go along with those flagtail panda corys. Let's see, here's a box. Got water in it. That guy lost his water. Alright, one more box on this order. Looks like the other order just showed up. So we should get our saltwater done today too. Got freshwater and saltwater today. First thing out of this box is a blood parrot. Got a whole group of those guys. Should be a half a dozen of them. Little blood parrots. Got like here's something that's not a blood parrot. This is a nano fish, Tucanotetra. Tiny little guys. Very, very pretty. I like those guys. More blood parrots and oh, that's not a blood parrot. That is a super red severum. Just got a couple of these guys on this order. Those guys sometimes don't ship well. We'll see if they tank well. If they do, they are a fantastic find. Chili rasboras, restock on those. Got to have nano fish, and chilies are some of the most popular. More blood parrots and a knife. This is an African knife. Don't get them in that often because they're not available that often. African knives don't have a top fin. An Asian knife that looks very similar does. Great for your semi-aggressive tank. Let's see, another blood parrot. Another blood parrot. And what are you? Oh, these are half moon female bettas. Got quite a few bettas on this order as adjuncted to last week's order. We got so many and we sold out of a ton of them right away. So I was able to reorder on several. These are more of the red severums and a pleco. This is an LDA 33 snowball pleco. This is the Brazilian version versus the Colombian version. And there's another red severum. Should be another one of those plecos. Probably in the bag with all the bettas. All right, we're gonna go through bettas today. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. Another snowball. I promised that. An LDA 33. Why LDA instead of L? 2 different magazines made their own lists, and it stuck. What can you say? Pygmy spotted rasbora. Another maculatus. I remember ordering pygmy spotted rasboras. I wonder what I ordered and didn't get. Gotta have them though. Those are great. Strawberry raspberries. All right, now I know we're off. We got part of somebody else's order here because we didn't order strawberry raspberries either. We should because they're fantastic. Man, those are tiny. These are gold ring danios. Gold ring danios are really a fantastic little nano fish. They actually get about 1.25 inches, so they're not tiny, but a very pretty little danio type. Here's a red biker. That's definitely on our order. I'd be curious what we didn't get. A bunch of bettas. Got some half moons and half moon candy. And let's see, that's a half moon and a half moon. Oh, this isn't a betta. What are you? Oh, those are more panda corys. I wonder if that bag that I said was panda corys was some other cory. Was it? Could have been. Let's see, what was it? Oh no. I'll have to go back and find it. I'll show you guys what it is. So there's some mystery cory. I got in another group of expensive cories. I probably just mislabeled them. That's another half moon candy. That's Kodiak Galaxy candy. That's a samurai. I can see that from the floor. That is a half moon koi. Koi or candy, man, that's fantastic either way. Super black plakat. Gotta love it. It is very black. And let's see, half moon male. Lots of half moon males, and why not? Fantastic fish. Some hair in those bags though. Half moon male and half moon male. I must have misread a couple of them. There should have only been 6 and a half moons. I felt like I said a lot more than 6 times, but why not? Love the half moons. That's it for that box, that order. We got another box or 2 coming up. Thanks so much for sitting in, Yvonne.
Thank you very much for asking me. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Fantastic. And we're back. Let's give it another shot. We got, oh, very cool. Here's something that I have always wanted to have. Itty bitty guy, but very fantastic. This is a purple tang. Super cool little fish. Very, very cool bucket list animal. I always wanted to have a purple tang. Now I do. Pink cushion red tuxedo urchin. Got a couple of those last week, sold them out right away. So I got a couple more urchins this week. Here's another pink cushion. The royal red is a little more expensive than the regular, but very cool. Here's a frag. This is a mushroom. They said assorted mushroom frag. Okay. I think those are bullseye mushrooms. We'll see what they look like when they open up. Here's some bottles of tiger pods or tigrio. This is Nutrimar as opposed to Ocean Nutrition, which we've carried in the past, and figured I'd give it a shot and see if we like it. Not that I don't like that Ocean Nutrition, but it's always nice to have options. Here is an itty bitty Volatile lion. Oh my gosh, he's tiny. It's not gonna be tiny. He's one of the big lions, but he's a tiny fish right now. Man, I don't think I've ever seen one that small. It's a pretty decent price on it, but man, that is a small fish. All right, let's see what's in the next box. We have itty bitty boxes. I don't know what's up with that. Snails. These are racer neorites, the red racer neorites. Got a big batch of those guys for our freshwater. Looks like freshwater saltwater is going to be combined here. Those didn't ship in all that well. Some of them are all right. These are baby bamboo shrimp or flower shrimp. The ones that did good should do fine once they're out of the bag. They don't always ship well. Here is a very cool fish, very sensitive fish. These are Ultim angels. They just recently had some luck breeding those in the last couple of years. Up until just a very short while ago, Ultim angels were strictly a wild caught phenomenon. Now, occasionally you'll find them tank bred. Here's some Ranchu goldfish, kind of the opposite all the way around. Ranchu goldfish or lionhead Ranchu. Very fun goldfish in our cold water aisle. There. Make some room here. You guys here. Put you guys back over here. And let's get into the bigger boxes. Let's see what we got. First thing out of this box would be, what is it? Oh, a black cap basslet. Pink with a black cap. It's the black cap basslet. What a beautiful fish. Paid a little more on this round, but a very pretty fish. Depending on where we get them, whether they're Eastern Asia or Southern Asia, will make a big difference on the price. Sometimes on a survivability too. Wow, that's a big guy. This is a wall hammer, gold tip. Paid a little extra money for some bigger frags. Hopefully they'll ship in okay. See on the top of that guy, so I'm hoping he's not on his head. Might be. Wall hammer. That's very, very cool LPS. Let's see. Green, blue chromide. There's itty bitty guys. Whole group of them. So left our little green chromides. Next is a Royal Grama. Sold out the one we. No, that's not. That's a bicolored dottyback or purple. Or bicolored pseudochromis, not purple pseudochromis. So very, very cool. Looks like a Royal Grama, which we should have one of those on this order too. Wow, that's cool. This is a cat's paw. Nice big one too. I got an itty bitty pink pavona over there, which is the same thing, but it's like this big. This guy is actually a nice big chunk of SPS cat's paw. Let's see. Here he is. Mushroom spotted. Agriculture. Is that one or several? Wow, that's a nice plate of them. Cool. I splurged, spent a little bit more money on some of our frags this time, so maybe some of them will be bigger, I'm thinking. Yellow clown goby. Very, very nice little goby, not very expensive. And here is an angel. A very, very cool angel. Juvenile blue face angel. Another little bit of a splurge. Yeah, as you can see, some of the things I decided to pick up on this week were just a little on the more expensive side. Like this guy, this is a green tip frog spawn. Nice big chunk of it. We spent a little extra money on that as well. Figured, you know what? Even if it ends up being a display, I'm good with that. There's some more damsels. Gotta have for your chromites, blue-green chromites. And some more. Got about a dozen of those on this order. Here's another little frag. We have another assorted mushroom. Got mushrooms and mushrooms and more mushrooms. And here's a little marked angel. Nice big one, actually. The biggest one we've ever had. Super cool. I don't think we paid particularly more for it, but it's a nice size. Beautiful little reef-safe angel. Alrighty, when we're back, this is going to be multiple clips this week, apparently. And a lot of interruptions, which I never complain about interruptions. That means we're busy, and busy is good. Here we go with more snails. These are margarita snails. Got a batch of those guys for your algae patrol. Here's a totally different kind of snail. This is a crown conch. Got a couple of them just because, you know, I love oddball weird snails. And they're pretty, so there's a couple of cool snails. Next is that Royal Grama that I thought we had earlier, but note the little black dot, that is a Grama, not the purple pseudochromis or bicolored pseudochromis. Here we have a couple little Ocellaris false percola clownfish. Just about out of clownfish over there, so we have to get some more. Can't be without clownfish, right? So we flip this guy over. That's a neon orange plate coral. Nice size on that guy. See if he opens up nice when we get him acclimated. Very pretty. Got the price on it too, I thought. Here's Tongan shroom, purple speckled. Got a group of those in there. Either that or one of them popped off the rock. Yeah, looks like one popped off the rock. It's very nice. Got a good price on a lot of those Tongan shrooms. Next up is another dottyback. This is a diadem purple striped dottyback. Haven't had one of these before. Very pretty. Not particularly expensive, so we give it a shot. Next up is more snails. Conehead algae eater, or your astrea snails. Gotta have a bunch of those. I'm gonna put a bunch of them in my frag tank because we got some algae going in there. That ought to help. Ooh, beautiful. This is a green and yellow with some kind of tips. I think it was pink tips on an elegant coral. Nice big head on that. They say on these that they do not frag well. That your best bet is wait till it's old and take the, I'll get little ears off the bottom of it and you can take those, but other than that, just take one big one and enjoy it. Another big frag. This is a Tongan shroom colored. A couple of them in there, it looks like. Yeah, and a bunch of mushrooms all over it. Very cool. There is an angel, Coral Beauty. I'm a max certified one, so we'll hope that does well for us. Little mini angel, love those guys. Next up is More snails. Conehead algae-eating snails. Then I'll split it into a couple of batches because we bought a bunch. Like I said, I want to use some of those in my reef tank. And here's a branch with pink tips hammer. Looks like one side got hammered pretty bad there. And looks like all the way around. That guy didn't make shipping again. Boy, sometimes these hammers do not ship well. This is a torch, green with green tips. Green with green tips. Okay, there you go. Looks like it shipped in just fine though. That one looks good. Hammers are supposed to be a great choice for beginners. If they're in the tank and doing well, they're great, but on shipping, if they get mashed, then they're pretty much done. Here's another one of those assorted mushrooms. Got a whole batch of those. Did I mention this one? No, I didn't. Pass right over it. This is an open red brain coral. Nice big chunk of it too. Beautiful. LPS on that as well. And here's some shrimp. We got some peppermint shrimp. Let's see, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 peppermint shrimp in there. I found one of my peppermint shrimp in my sump just yesterday. That's that box. And here we go again. One last box. Let's fly through this. Again, ought to be some coral and some saltwater fish. Let's see what else we got in here. Actually, this might be a freshwater box. I'm missing some freshwater. I was expecting. That's King Koopa. Must have a whole nother box of freshwater somewhere. That's algae King Koopa in there. Did I miss a box? Oh, that would be freshwater. Okay, algae King Koopa I'm looking at. That's snails, like our saltwater. No. That's the little sea mimes. And here's a crab. Rainbow vampire crab. I thought we should have had 3 of those, but it looks like one unless I separated them out. Here's another crab. That's a yellow-legged twitty. So very cool on that. Boy, there for a second I'd lost my bearing. I was completely lost. Another rainbow crab. I told you we had 3 of them. You see 2. There's another one hiding in here somewhere. Hope so. Alright, next up is more snails. Chopstick snails. Those are a substrate snail to get down and spin around. Much better choice than Malaysian trumpet snails as far as spinning your substrate. Golden rabbit snails. A little funky. Hopefully they shipped okay. Golden rabbit snails will do the same actually. It's also a very beautiful snail. That won't overtake your tank like a Malaysian trumpet. Alright, what the heck is in here? It's a big bag. Those are angels. Those are supposed to be red devil juveniles. I see something that looks an awful lot like a striped scalaire, so we'll see what they look like in the tank. These really are the red devil juvenile red devil angels. Those are a beautiful fish, and we got a good price on them. That's if they are what they're supposed to be. Speaking of a cool fish, this is Chili Oscar, red Chili Oscar. Beautiful. 4 of those guys. A little on the pricey side, but very fantastic color. Here's that other crab I was telling you we should have. It's a rainbow crab, type of vampire crab. Next is some puffers. They look a little juicy in the bag, but everybody's swimming. And it's figure 8 puffers. They are brackish fish. They do much better with a little bit of sea salt. These are balloon-bodied rams. Electric blue balloon-bodied rams, no less. Itty bitty guys, but look like they're pretty healthy. And another bag, frogs, albino dwarf frogs. It turns out there's 4 species of albino dwarf frog. I always thought there was just the Bogarty, but this is Hertippus or something of the sort. And there's actually 2 other species of dwarf frog, all from Central Africa. Only one thing left on this order, and it's plants, tissue cultures I get from these guys. Got in some variegated and some white Anubias and tissue culture. Also got in some Boos. You can't really see it through the packing. And I think there should be a Riccia in here too. I don't see the Riccia. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like a Riccia right there. Riccia is crystal wort. All very fantastic plants. And that's it for this week's order. Finally.